Hello everyone, welcome to the video. Thank you for tuning in. If you don't know who I am, my name is Eric. I am a biologist and I love fish. I've been keeping fish for many years. I started keeping fish when I was 8 years old. And so they're a big part of my life, and I think fish should be a part of your life too. Now if you're watching this video, chances are you're either in one of two situations. Either one, you're looking to get into the aquarium hobby but you want more information, or two, you already have an aquarium or two or several, but you're thinking about getting another one, and again, you're just looking for a little bit more information about how to actually go about the process. And if that's the case, you are in the right spot, because that's what this video is all about. Now, aquariums have a number of benefits. They're really wonderful to keep. They are a natural stress reliever, for one. They've been proven to actually naturally lower blood pressure just by having an aquarium and observing it. They're also a fun activity for the whole family, so it's something that really everyone in your family can get involved with and have a say with. And lastly, they can be enjoyed at any time of the year, so whether it's summer or winter or day or night, or even nowadays in these difficult times, we've still got our aquariums with us, so they're pretty awesome for that. A common misconception about aquariums is that they're very challenging and very tedious and to maintain, to keep, and that you need to be a biologist in order to understand what's actually going on inside of one. That's not the case, and that's what this video will hopefully help to prove, that it's actually quite simple to take one of our beautiful desktop aquariums and set up something in your home that can be enjoyed by everyone in the family. So with all that being said, let's get into it. When you're first getting into the aquarium hobby, you may be tempted to start with a very small aquarium, thinking that it will be easier to maintain, start small and then move up to larger aquariums. However, that's not exactly the case. A FLEX 15 such as this one is actually a little bit easier to maintain than a smaller SPEC 5. The reason for that is that with a bigger tank and the larger volume of water that comes with it, there's a little bit more self-regulation. It's more difficult to pollute this amount of water than it is to pollute this amount of water. A smaller volume of water can fall out of proportion a little bit more quickly, a little bit more easily. So if you are a beginner, we do recommend getting the largest aquarium that your home and that your budget will allow for. So for the purposes of this video, we've gone to our local fish store and we've picked up this beautiful FLEX 15. It's a fantastic aquarium. And now we're ready to get started with it. So step one, we're gonna open the box. Alrighty then, so we've got everything unboxed. We've got the aquarium, the lid with the LED, there's the remote control here that controls the LED. We've got the filter media, it's in the back chamber where it's supposed to go. We've got the return pump with the dual output nozzles, Fluval Clear X, which is a fantastic tool to keep your aquarium clean, and an instruction manual that'll tell you everything you need to know about the aquarium. So the next step is we want to give everything a quick rinse. Never use soap, never use detergent, just water is fine. We're just trying to get rid of any dust, any debris that might be left over from the manufacturing or the shipping processes. So everything's going to get a quick rinse with water. Let's do it. And done. So everything has been rinsed, everything is clean. We've got the pump in the back chamber. You can see the dual output nozzles. I've positioned one so that it's pointing right at the surface of the water. You want to have at least one of them doing that so that your surface is well agitated and you'll have good oxygenation throughout the aquarium. Now, as much as we all want to just run to the store and buy fish and add them to our tank, because that's fun, we do want to take our time at this point. If you're patient, if you really do everything methodically and you think it through, you'll have better chances of success later on in the lifespan of the aquarium. So take your time. You also do want to think about where you're actually positioning the aquarium. Now, a small desktop aquarium such as this one, in theory, can be positioned anywhere inside of your home. However, you do want to avoid sources of direct sunlight. That'll cause algae issues that you just really won't be able to control. You do also want to avoid sources of heat or cold. So probably not the best idea to put the tank next to a door that leads to outside, or a fireplace or an oven or anything like that. And also avoid too much noise. So don't put it next to your brand new high power speakers or your TV. That'll just stress out the fish. You do also want to think about whether you need a heater. Now, the majority of the fish that are available in the fish keeping hobby are tropical fish. That means they like warm water. They come from warmer parts of the world. So in our homes, which are typically air conditioned and quite cool, the water temperature won't be high enough. So a small heater such as this one, the Fluval M50, it's a 50-watt heater, that'll do a good job of keeping the aquarium at the right temperature that you need for your fish. If you are getting a heater, also pick up a thermometer so you can actually tell what temperature the tank is at. Okay, so we're ready to start decorating our aquarium now and actually getting it ready for our fish. Now the first thing to think about is the substrate. That's the stuff that goes at the bottom of the tank. Now there's a few main kinds of substrate. Gravel is the most popular. Gravel comes in all shapes and sizes and colors. There's really one type of gravel for everyone. The benefit with gravel is that it's very easy to use. You can grow plants out of it if you want. If not, fake plants will look great in it. It's easy to clean, so it's a good choice for beginners. There's also sand. Again, sand, all kinds of different colors and even grain sizes. I prefer sand. I think it looks really nice, and there's some fish that will prefer a sand substrate over a gravel substrate. However, sand is a little bit more challenging to maintain. So if you want to make the commitment to that, great, it'll look nice, but otherwise maybe gravel is a better choice. Lastly, there's soil substrates like Fluval stratum. Now these are a little bit more technical, they're a little bit more advanced, and they're really made for planted aquariums. If you're first starting with aquariums, probably not the best choice to start with this. Stick with one of the other types of inert substrates. This does affect water chemistry. It's a little bit more challenging to maintain, so we don't recommend it for beginners. If you've kept aquariums before and you want to get into planted tanks though, definitely pick up some of this. This will make a huge difference in the success of your aquarium. So for this tank, we're actually going to use a gravel substrate. It's sort of a nice natural color. So we want to make sure that we rinse that well. It can be sometimes powder and dust from shipping. So we'll go rinse it, we'll put it in the tank, and we'll be back. And we're done. So I've rinsed out the gravel, added it to the tank. We've put in about 2.5, 3 centimeters, about an inch. We're not keeping live plants in this aquarium. If we were, we'd probably use more gravel or use a different kind of substrate altogether. But for this tank, we'll be using fake plants, so we don't need too much gravel. You can see, and it's always recommended, to slope the gravel upwards towards the back of the tank. That does two things. First of all, it helps to create depth in the aquarium, which is just nicer to look at. And two, since usually you'll be putting your decor elements towards the back of the tank rather than the front, that'll give you a bigger thickness of gravel to actually submerge the decor elements in and keep them in place when the aquarium is full of water. Now, when we talk about decorating our aquarium, or aquascaping as it's called more professionally, you've got a number of tools at your disposal. There's different things you can use to create the look that you want inside of your aquarium. Now it starts at the substrate. If we had used bright pink gravel instead of a natural gravel like this, obviously that would give a very different look, a different theme to the aquarium. So think about that when you're choosing your substrate. Then there's also resin ornaments, there's driftwood, there's rocks. You've got different things to use to decorate the tank. We don't recommend collecting wood and rocks from outside unless you really know what you're doing, because that can leach different compounds into the water and then your water chemistry will be all over the place. So the safest bet is to just go to your local fish store and buy stuff from there. The staff will be able to tell you if what you're purchasing will affect the water parameters at all, or if it's completely inert and safe to use in your tank. There's also plants to think about. Most aquariums will have plants of some kind in them, but you can have fake plants or live plants, and each one has its benefits and its drawbacks. We've talked about this subject in depth, so I'll just put a link up there and you can learn more about the subject and really decide what's best for yourself for this particular aquarium that you're setting up. In general, for beginners, and it's what we'll be doing here, I recommend fake plants. The reason for that is that it it's one less thing to think about when you're brand new to the hobby, so you can really just focus on the health of the fish, which should be your number one priority. Once you're a little bit more comfortable maintaining aquariums and you're better at doing water changes and adding the right supplements and all of that good stuff, then definitely I suggest trying live plants. They're great to add to a tank. They have all kinds of benefits. But when you're first starting, fake plants are the way to go, in my opinion. So let's decorate this tank. I think that looks pretty good. So as you can see, aquascaping a tank or decorating a tank doesn't have to be this complex, challenging, difficult task. We've used a couple of fake plants. These are the new Aqualife plants from Fluval. They're really nice. I've used a stone that I bought at the local fish shop, and I've put together something that I think looks pretty decent and that will serve the fish very well. Now, when you're aquascaping, you do want to think about the fish themselves. This is going to be their home, so you need to meet their needs. Now, fish need swimming space, but they also need an area to hide. Sometimes they'll get stressed if somebody walks by the aquarium really quickly or during water changes, for example. So try to provide them with an area where they can get out of sight, where they can hide. That way they'll be able to calm down, and then they'll come back out and keep swimming around in the tank. So the fish that will go into this tank, they'll be able to hide behind these plants at the back. So we've got a good balance of hiding spaces and open swimming space for the fish. So we're just about ready now to fill the aquarium with water and get everything turned on and admire our creation. So now when you add water to the aquarium, make sure that you don't disturb the beautiful layout that you've just created. So either pour in the water very slowly or pour it onto your hand or a plate or a plastic bag or something to prevent the force of water from disturbing the gravel and the decor and everything that we've just put in. So let's fill up this tank and we'll see how it looks.
A few moments later.
And there we go. We're done. When you first fill up the aquarium, it's normal that the water will be a little bit cloudy. That's normally from leftover debris and dust from the gravel. It's difficult to get gravel perfectly clean, but no worries. The filter will clear that up very quickly and you'll have a beautiful aquarium to enjoy. Now, before we add fish, we do have to get the water ready for them. That'll take a few days, maybe a week or two. In order to do that, Fluval's water care line is perfect. This has been designed by our chemist. It takes all of the guesswork out of it for you. You really just follow the instructions on the back of the bottles, add them in the appropriate days and the appropriate volumes, and in no time, your aquarium will be ready for fish. So in the next video, we will be going to a local fish store to actually buy fish for this aquarium. We'll be talking to you guys about what fish you should and shouldn't be considering for smaller tanks like these. And we'll go over all of the cleaning and the maintenance procedures that you'll want to be doing on smaller tanks. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. Take care.